About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's be free.
Hi guys, and welcome to another vlog. I don't have one, I have 3 XUV500s with me right now because this is the most awaited vlog on my channel. So I'm not sure which car should I drive right now, this color, or the white one. Obviously the white one seems the best because no reflection on that one, but this is the top end W11 model, and straight away you can see the design, little bit of inspiration from the Land Cruiser. So let's do one thing, let's cut everything, pick one car and talk about the exteriors of this beauty. So here we go. So here we are, and as you can see, the XUV has always been a very good looking car. In fact, it is one of the best cars we have seen from Mahindra in terms of design. And for the facelift, they have made many changes. Firstly, this grille extends all the way down here to give it a very big appeal. In fact, in pictures it doesn't look that good, but over here this chrome treatment on the grille looks very nice. There's piano black finish as well. The headlights have been tweaked as well, so you get LED DRLs, the projectors, this chrome element in the headlight as well, and it also gets static bending lights. Again, there's chrome treatment here, so plenty of chrome on this car to give it the premium appeal, and it kind of looks good. I wouldn't say it's overdone, but yes, there is a lot of chrome. Flared wheel arches, there's body cladding as well, and as you can see, there is chrome again on the side. Again, this is an addition on the facelifted model, which they like to call as the plush XUV. Here the rear has been completely changed in terms of the tail lights. So you know, earlier it only had one piece, which was not a split piece. This one is a split piece. It doesn't get the motif which was there, which was kind of too much. But as you can see, it is kind of an inspiration from some other car which I already mentioned earlier on in the video. It also gets a new rear spoiler, which they say is for aerodynamic efficiency. Yeah, right, of course, I believe you, Mahindra. And the rear bumper has also been tweaked. You can see there are twin exhausts, big fat exhausts, and their parking sensors. This treatment on the bumper looks kind of nice, but according to me it's overdone. So even the roof rails, they get a different treatment. There is sort of a chromish finish on this, or rather matte grey I would say, and the overall design of this car continues to please. I love the door handles, just look at them, this is so cool, the door handles. So Mahindra says that the XUV has been inspired from a cheetah. Yes, that's right, it's inspired from a cheetah. In fact, at the 2016 Auto Expo with virtual reality, they projected a cheetah which Anand Mahindra was patting on the back and all. They did that gimmick and they sent it out. It was funny and hilarious at the same time. Obviously funny and hilarious is the same thing. What are you talking, Faisal? So let's open the hood. So you can see now it gets hydraulic struts to open the hood, which is a very good touch. You no longer have to open and struggle to find stuff because the engine is always hot. This is the M-Hawk. They have discontinued the 1.99 liter engine for the moment, and they've carried on the petrol engine from before, which is also 140 bhp of power. So the engine has been worked upon to make it more refined, but the real changes lie in terms of the equipment on offer. So this car gets much more equipment than before, and the top of the line W11 also gets diamond cut alloy wheels. So these are 18 inches. This is 235/60 18s. Meanwhile, the low variants get 17-inch tires. So you can see the design is very nice. The XUV looks as fresh as ever, and they have definitely nailed it with the design of this car. Now obviously this isn't a cheap car anymore because the top of the line variant goes up to 23 lakhs on road Mumbai. Meanwhile, the base variant costs rupees 16 lakhs. So yes, it's pricey, but trust me, it is extremely value for money. It has so many features. I mean, I have lost count of the kind of features it has. But before we get into talking about the features, let me quickly open the boot for you and show you that this is a massive boot when you have the last row flipped forward. So this is for the toolkit, and these are the rear seats. There's a cup holder here, there's a cup holder here as well, there's AC control, AC vents. So the last row is good enough for children. And to pull the seat back into place, all you have to do is pull it like this. To drop it, all you have to do is push it like that. So easy to use. See, I can do both at one time. Here we go. Now once these seats are up, you can't keep anything in the boot. Sorry, boss. And trust me, the next generation XUV will have a boot lid which will close automatically by pressing a button, because that's the pace at which Mahindra has been adding features. This car is loaded with so much equipment, it isn't even funny. So here is the spare wheel which is placed below, and it isn't an alloy. Now Mahindra did not expect me to go all the way down to check it out, but yes, this isn't an alloy, but thankfully it is a full size spare wheel. You can see the car is absolutely brand new, monocoque chassis, weight reduction, blah blah blah. So let's quickly get into the rear seat and see what it's got. So the doors, they feel very nice actually, and big enough to keep a 1 liter bottle. They've also marked how much can be kept in the door pads. So there is a 1 liter bottle, there's a half a liter coffee mug. I don't know who drinks half a liter coffee, but yeah, that's that. Now in order to get into the rear seat, press this button. So you can see the space at the last row isn't much. It's just about enough, but thankfully they have given adjustable headrests for both the last row passengers and proper seat belts as well. AC controls and handles also to hold on when you're going to go cornering like a mad person. But I doubt anyone's going to drive a XUV like I do, which I'll show you later in this video. Pardon me for being absolutely crazy. Now the seat has been pushed kind of back for my driving position, but still there is good amount of legroom and knee room. In fact, I should sit there and talk about it because I have pushed it too far behind. So you can see there's good amount of leg room, there's good amount of knee room. Headroom is also quite decent. Under thigh support is decent, not the best, but it's decent enough. There are AC vents here on the B pillar, and there are lights here which are white lights. Cool feature, there's light here also, so plenty of lights. There's a center armrest with twin cup holders. So the rear seat feels quite comfortable, and three can actually sit here because the floor is flat and there is more leg room and knee room for the person sitting in the center. That's funny. It gets a 12-volt charging socket here, and the seats feel very nice because Mahindra has gone ahead and given it leather seats in tan color. Extremely comfortable, extremely nice, but not the best when you're driving. I'll tell you about that later. Now you can see the door pockets are big enough, and the windows are also very large. So the rear seat is actually a very nice place to be in. You will not feel claustrophobic at all in the XUV if you're sitting in the middle row, which is such a nice thing. I really like the fact that how Mahindra has actually given so much space. Now this seat cannot be taken forward or behind, so the amount of space in the third row is kind of fixed. The doors shut with a thud. So build quality is also very nice. Quality levels have improved. Earlier on the XUV had plenty of niggles. Now the latest model is much better in that regard. They haven't added too many features in the car. It already had so many features from the start, so it really did not need any more. But Mahindra, being Mahindra, has gone ahead and given it even more features. So let's talk about the spaces. So there are twin glove boxes. There's one on the top, there's one below. This is my V box. I was testing how much time it takes to go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. It's a very deep glove box, but the manual is so big because there's so many features in this car, and this is the first aid kit. So there's plenty of space actually in the glove box as well, and there's a remote to, you know, control the audio system. So a very practical cabin because there are twin cubby holes here. These are the keys of the car. They're nice looking keys, they don't feel cheap at all. And there's storage here as well, and this also opens, so there's storage here as well. And this is a cooled armrest, so if you keep your drinks, it will be cool. That's again a very nice touch indeed. And the door pockets are very large, so you can keep a lot of stuff. I don't know what is the sign here. So this is an umbrella holder. That's really very nice, and as you can see, there is plenty of space here to keep your feet. So there's space to keep your left foot here on the dead pedal, and these pedals are nice because they have this rubber, so they don't slip at all when you're driving. So here we have the button to open the fuel lid, and this is for the leveling of the headlight. And these AC vents have a very nice design. In fact, the air conditioning works very well in this car. Only thing is it misses out on an auto dimming inside rear view mirror. Now here is a sunglass holder. In the previous car, the first car which was launched, there was a conversation mirror. So when you opened this, there was a convex mirror, and you could see everyone in the car through this mirror and talk to them. That was really very hilarious, and Mahindra removed it, but it was a very innovative idea, I would say. Now these are the lights, kind of bright, and this car also gets a sunroof. Again, a very unique touch in this segment. So this one doesn't get a mirror, but you can extend it to block the sun. Not much of an extension though. And this one doesn't get a light but gets a mirror, which is kind of shocking. How can you miss out on a light? This car has so many features. The dashboard looks very nice. As you can see, the instrument cluster looks very nice, and these round pods are very well carried off, especially the inset where you can see the odometer and the gear position indicator and the fuel gauge and the temperature meter and the telltale lights. So a nice looking unit. And the good part about this car is that it gets 6 airbags, it gets rollover mitigation, it gets ESP. And if I talk about the features, I just cannot end because there are plenty of it. But let me tell you something which is specific to the facelift. So it gets this new leather treatment on the dashboard, it gets these leather seats, it gets piano black touch here, it gets this chromish treatment here as well, and storage bin here. So there's plenty of space inside the cabin. There's a USB port here, there's space to keep your key as well over here. So you can see the piano black touch has been carried all over the place, and this handbrake kind of feels funny the way it has come out. They have, you know, made it in a way so that they can save space. This is the push button start. It has got keyless go, obviously it has got push button start. It even has stop and start system, so whenever the car comes to a halt, the car will turn off and turn on its own in order to save fuel. They've also given the engine an EVGT. Basically it helps in improving the low end performance, which has definitely improved, and the car feels much more punchy, obviously, because it has got more power and torque now. You can control the rear AC from here as well, and these are the AC controls. This is for the audio system, all these controls, and this is a 7-inch touchscreen system. Now, not the most legible during the day due to the sun, but it has got plenty of features. So it has got Tiretronics, it has got a BlueSense app from which you can control the infotainment system. The best part is that now Mahindra has also given it watch support, so Apple Watch will work and some Android watches will also work. So from the watch you can actually check your Tiretronics, you can actually control your infotainment system. That is definitely a very good thing. Now the tweeters have been shifted here on the A pillar. It has got a 6-speaker system. Audio quality is quite good. Let's play it right away. Audio quality is very nice indeed. There's a USB port here. There is an aux plug here.
Hello.
Is that Shruti?
Yeah.
Shruti, hi.
There's a USB port here, there's an aux plug here, and this infotainment system is quite slick to use actually. So let me quickly get into home. Here we are into home. So it has EcoSense, it has got navigation, phone, media, plenty of features in this car. They have actually gone overboard and given it everything they've got. Obviously this is the flagship car, so it has got all the features. So it has got cruise control, it has got automatic headlights, it has got automatic wipers, and the wipers, they do clean the windshield very nicely. So 6 sprays come on the glass, but these are not dual blade wipers. This car also gets ambient lighting, and in the night the cabin feels very nice because not only does the light lift the mood in the cabin, the headlight also is very powerful. With those static bending lights, gives you light whenever you corner. So whenever you corner, there will be a light which will turn on towards the way you are cornering. Plus the good part about this car is that they have kind of sorted out the electronics. Earlier on there were a lot of niggles with this car, but with time they have actually improved on it, and this car should be absolutely trouble free. Now obviously it is almost 7 years old, 6.5 years old to be precise, and with time Mahindra has just been making the XUV better and better and better, and this iteration feels very good. In fact, I cannot fault with this car because everything feels very well put together. The driver's seat has 6-way power adjust, yes, electric adjust for the driver's seat, and the seat is also very comfortable, good amount of support. And Mahindra has also given this XUV500 badging here, and which kind of lights up. The best thing about the XUV is, without doubt, which works at night. Unfortunately I cannot show it to you right now. It projects XUV on the floor. That's such a cool touch. So this is from where it projects it. So in terms of features, equipment, everything, the XUV is just mind-boggling. Mahindra just knows how to offer so much value. Yes, the XUV was launched with a lot of features, but they keep increasing the features time and again, and it's kind of insane how many features it has right now. Let me turn on the car right away. So we are turned on, and it also has this very cool voice assist. So basically I'm not wearing my seatbelt and it will remind me to wear my seatbelt.
To wear your seatbelt for a safe drive.
And just imagine if the door is open.
To wear your seatbelt.
Okay,
for a
first
safe
one
drive.
command works at one time. Let me wear my seatbelt, and here we go. So the door is open.
Careful, one of the doors is open. Please check.
And
Careful.
let me put the handbrake up and drive a bit.
Careful, your handbrake is engaged.
So that's kind of cool, voice assist. So Mahindra is just giving it everything, but hey, here we go. The problem is when he keeps saying careful, and I'm like, okay fine, let me turn, let me pull the handbrake, and let me just go crazy. So this is a circle for the handling test, the steering test, or whatever Mahindra likes to call, and you can see the tires make a lot of noise. This is so much fun, but I guess it's time to give it the proper beans. So let me just stop the car here right away, and it's time to right now give it the beans and drive like an absolute maniac on this test track. Here we go. I feel so sweaty already, but I'll tell you something before I give it the beans. There's one thing I need to show you, that it also gets hill descent control, and the kind of features on this car, it keeps baffling me every time I drive. I discover there's another feature, there's another feature, there's another feature. So Mahindra guys, if you're watching this video, big thumbs up to you for adding so many features in this car. In fact, that's the reason why the XUV is actually a global SUV, and it is exported to multiple markets around the world. Drive the car, left foot on the clutch, and here we turn it on, handbrake down, ESP turned off. So we are all set to go. First gear, revving the motor, and here we are. Wheel spin, upshifting at around 5000 RPM. And I am here at the Mahindra test track in Chakan, driving the Mahindra XUV500 facelift. We're doing 100 kilometers per hour. It says 60 here on this corner, and I can already feel this car feels so much more improved than before, but these new seats kind of feel slippery. There is this large corner, and okay, there is quite a lot of body roll. So the XUV500 has got a facelift. So it was launched in 2011, and I remember I had gone for the event. It was in Pune at the Westin, and you can see how funny I looked in the event. I'd gone from college actually. This motor is quite vocal, and the car also feels quite bouncy. Actually right now I'm doing 140 kilometers per hour. As I come to a turn ahead, I am going to go hard on the brakes. Okay, speed warning has come, 150 we have hit. Here hard on the brakes. Brakes are good, but the car still kind of slides in spite of having ABS. And again, through the corner there is quite a lot of body roll, and I am turning all over the place. Come on, give me power. Tires are making noise. Full thrust on. So the XUV500, when it was launched in 2011, it was an instant sensation. It was such a sensation that you won't believe that Mahindra actually did a lucky draw to sell this car. Yes, you had to put your name in the lucky draw to buy the XUV500. That was the situation back then. Interesting, isn't it? So it sold out. It became an instant success. However, it couldn't keep up with the mad initial rush. Sales kind of dropped later on, but became stable at around 2,000 to 3,000 units, which is kind of extremely good for a car of this price. And again, as I come through the corner, I can see there's a lot of body roll in this vehicle. In 2015, they gave it a facelift, downshift to third. Give me the beans. Sorry, give me everything you got. I'm giving you the beans, baby. Here we go in fourth gear. It kind of feels a bit bouncy. So in 2015 they gave it an update, or rather a facelift, which wasn't a proper facelift as such. There were minor changes to the cosmetics, addition of features. They resolved certain electronic issues with the car, and obviously the best part is that Mahindra also improved the suspension of the car, because earlier it was even more bouncy. They reduced it, and now also they have worked on the mechanicals of this vehicle. Now everything about the mechanicals is in the Motorbeam video. Today I am just going to be giving it all the beans and going to giving you my complete review of this car. And I know I'm going round and round and round, but this is the Mahindra test track, and I have no other option to drive it before the launch anywhere else. Here we go into fourth gear. So the XUV500 was given an update in 2015, and then they also added more variants. So at launch they had 3 variants. There was the W6, there was the W8, and there was the W8 all-wheel drive. Meanwhile, later on they came up with more variants. So before this one came, there was the W4, there was the W6, there was the W8, and there was the W10, and petrol was also available. There was diesel, there was all-wheel drive. Now let's cut to the chase and straight away come to the current car. But before that, I need to tell you that the XUV is Mahindra's first monocoque chassis car, and it was developed with so much secrecy that before the launch nobody knew how it looked. Wow, that is something. Even though they were testing it on road, they had camouflaged it beautifully well, and it was internally codenamed as W201. Now in 2018 it gets a comprehensive facelift, and the best part is that the 2.2 liter M-Hawk diesel motor has been updated. So the earlier motor used to produce 140 bhp of power and 330 newton meters of torque. This one produces 155 bhp of power and 360 newton meters of torque. There is quite a lot of punch from this motor, and obviously it wheel spins a lot. So 0 to 100 kilometers per hour takes under 13 seconds, and this motor is quite punchy lower down. It has good amount of low end punch, and the mid range is also strong. It feels refined lower down, but once you give it the beans like I am right now, it becomes quite noisy. Now this is a brand new car. It is done only 150 kilometers, 142 when I started this test today, and it's not the best car around corners. Give me second gear, you can see how it actually moves all over the place, and that's largely because it is a heavy car. It is tall but weighs only 1800 kg, so it is lighter than its rivals because it is a monocoque chassis, which results in weight saving. Ride quality is good, but it kind of gets bouncy at higher speeds, although they have tried to resolve it to quite an extent on this car. And as I'm redlining, it redlines at 4,500 RPM. Here I am again in fourth gear, gunning it all the way, but I should do a brake test. So we are at 140 kilometers per hour, and I am hard on the brakes. Very impressive. I like the brakes. So let's give it the beans yet again, revving it all the way 3000 RPM and dump the clutch, and there is so much wheel spin, it's bogging down completely. But hey, that's the fun of driving an XUV, right? Commanding driving position, easy to drive actually. The handling isn't the best because there's a lot of body roll. The steering is inconsistent, but if you don't drive it like a mad person like I am, it does quite well. Yes, you can hear so much tire noise, and this is not the all-wheel drive, this is the front-wheel drive. There is an all-wheel drive variant, and in this facelift all-wheel drive is available only on the top spec W11. So the new variant lineup is W5, W7, W9, W11, and every variant gets the option of automatic except the base W5, and this irritating sound really pisses me off every time I go over 150 kilometers per hour. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah man, I can see the speedometer, you don't have to tell me about it. So bouncy. This is not the best idea to test XUV on the test track, but hey, I'm not complaining. So the car I'm driving is the manual, and it is not all-wheel drive, it is front-wheel drive, but it is the top of the line variant, which is, by the way, the W11, and they also have an automatic which has good shifts. It's actually a good gearbox. This one has some slight of notchiness, although the clutch is on the lighter side. The whole point is that if you drive this car aram se, there is no stress at all, because then you don't have to worry about anything at all. While driving it sanely or with ease, it will simply not give you any kind of worry, because this isn't a car to push around like I am pushing it right, left and center. And here you can see again how much I am actually giving inputs to the steering wheel, because this car simply doesn't give the kind of response you would expect. But hey, okay, so much tire noise. I know nobody has heard so much tire noise in any of my videos, even though I keep giving it the beans. Here we are yet again on the straight, and let me see what speed I can do. Coming into fourth gear yet again, and now ducking down for more additional punch. Come on baby, yeah, give me what you got. Stop shouting, Faisal, you're on the test track. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, concentrate, focus, focus, focus. 150 kilometers per hour here again through the 60 board, coming with good pace around this bend. You can see it maintains its line well. There's good amount of grip on offer, and I'll tell you something very interesting about the XUV. It is a Australian NCAP 4-star. Yes, that's right. The XUV has got 4-star rating from NCAP, which is simply fantastic. I mean, which car do you know from India which has got 4-star NCAP rating? Very few. So in terms of safety, in terms of features, in terms of performance also, because this motor is already very punchy. In fact, the old motor was very punchy. I don't even know why Mahindra has gone ahead and said, oh wait, we need to give it more power. Well, that's crazy. Here I am again, 150 kilometers per hour. So this test track will only let me do 150 kilometers per hour. Although I have driven this car till almost 190 kilometers per hour. Hard on the brake, back into third gear. And oh my god, there's a lot of roll. This really is freaked me out. This is not the car for the track, but you know what? Mahindra has made cars which go on the track. So there is a super XUV which has won rallies and whatnot. So kudos to them. Now, the good part about the XUV is that it is a global product. Here I am again in third gear and shifting into fourth. Such good amount of punch from this motor. Mahindra really deserves an applause. They keep increasing the power, and I don't know who's actually using all this power. Back, downshifting into third. Here we are driving it at almost 1,500 RPM through this corner. Maintains its line well. The tires offer good grip as well. So guys, I can do this endlessly day in and day out because I really like driving, and I also like driving on the track, and I also like this XUV. Although there is a lot of understeer, it kind of fights back. The steering, although it is good in terms of feel and feedback, it fights back, you know, when you try to corner really hard. That's it guys. I hope you enjoyed this video of mine, the XUV500, the facelift. I know I have delayed it a lot, but the wait has certainly been worth it. So if you like this video, you know what you have to do. Give it the thumbs up, that's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video. Once I make this corner, then I'll tell you bye bye. Here we are into third gear, and the motor is very loud. Don't worry, I won't topple. It has rollover mitigation with ESP. Although I've turned off the ESP, still there's so much understeer. Anyways guys, bye bye.